Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, there's about 3 fights. Well, it's more than three, but we're going to just talk about 3 fights that I don't really want to see. And I figured I'd tell you why and talk about it a little bit, right? One of them is Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder versus Alexander Usyk, right? Now, it's always a different reason why I don't want to see him. Now, Deontay Wilder, y'all know I roll with some Deontay Wilder. I think the guy is, he's a Hall of Famer. I think it was just awesome when you watch boxing that you see somebody, skinny as he is, that's just learned boxing, 19-year-olds, and come out knocking everybody out. It doesn't matter who it is. If they're professional boxers, and he's knocking them all out and spectacularly. Tons of highlight reel knockouts. People that don't like him have other reasons they don't, because if you like boxing, most of the time people like knockouts, but they still don't like Deontay Wilder. It's kind of ludicrous to me, but that just shows how awesome the guy is. So I roll with some Deontay Wilder, and I like what he does privately and what he stands for. Alexander Usyk is a legend. I like anybody that's going to go to everybody's backyard to beat their ass. And that's what this man does. He's a legend, Hall of Famer. So, when you roll with two people like that, you just don't kind of want to see them fight. But having said that, it's an awesome fight, and I will watch it. You know what I'm saying? I will watch it, for sure, because it's just an awesome fight. I think that's the fight that should happen. I'm hearing Deontay Wilder can't really say anything about that fight, which means they're probably in negotiations, because it's the only logical fight for Usyk to take. And like I say, a lot of people, Usyk will take that fight. That's just going to be awesome when that fight happens. And seeing as though we just had the negotiations break down with Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk, it's the logical thing to happen. Another fight I don't want to see is David Benavidez versus David Morrell, right? I don't want to see it because, damn it, those are two fighters that Canelo's supposed to be fighting, right? And we always trying to get Canelo out of the harm's way. The WBA is supposed to be consolidating their belts, and David Morrell has been the regular champion for about 2 years, and all of a sudden the WBA act like they're not consolidating because Canelo don't want to fight him. No. David Benavidez is actually the lineal champion in the super middleweight division. When we're talking about Tyson Fury, we're all talking lineal. But when it's David Benavidez, we all of a sudden forgetting how important lineal is. Canelo Alvarez was given the WBC championship in the 168-pound division, which means to me he's not even undisputed, because you don't give somebody a belt and then call him undisputed. So therefore, I don't want to see David Morrell and David Benavidez. That's the reason. One I've been talking about for about 2 years that I don't want to see is Charlo versus Demetrius Andrade. Right? I don't want to see it. Right? Because that's typical what they want to do. They want to put these brothers against each other, let them cancel themselves out, when Canelo was supposed to have been fighting them from the 154-pound division, when Canelo was the mandatory for Demetrius Andrade, for the 160-pound division, when Jermall Charlo was the mandatory for Canelo, and Andrade was the other guy, right? So that's the kind of thing that I don't really like, because Canelo is getting away with those kind of things. And I don't want to see these two brothers fight and cancel each other out like that. So that bothers me, right? So I don't want to see that fight. There's a couple other fights I don't want to see too because of politics. I'm not really too hyped on the Josh Taylor versus what's my man name here? Teofimo Lopez, because Teofimo Lopez just wasn't going to fight Regis Prograis, right, when he's supposed to fight Regis Prograis. And I don't really like the fact that Jose Ramirez is going to fight Richard Comey, because he was supposed to fight Regis Prograis. Because I know what the boxing is going to do. In 6 months, they're going to be talking about who has Regis Prograis fought. And all these people that's supposed to fight him get away with it. So those are the reasons that I don't really want to see those fights. You know what I'm saying? Those top three, that's the real reasons. But hey, they're all, matter of fact, even those last two I mentioned, they're all good fights. So I'm going to watch them. But you know what I'm saying? I can at least say I don't want to watch them. You feeling me? Doma Sports Talk worldwide. And I'm out of here, y'all.